Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are and wherever you're watching. We hope you're safe and healthy and continuing to make strides in your family history research. My name is Aaron Godfrey and I'm VP Marketing at MyHeritage. I'm so happy that so many people around the world are able to tune in and expand their horizons in the wonderful world of family history. 2020 was a year unlike any other, one that challenged each and every one of us at every turn and made us take stock of what's most important. We've all gained an even deeper appreciation for our families this year, and family history provided a much needed outlet for people while keeping safe at home. At MyHeritage, we've spent the past year dedicated to providing our users with new and abundant opportunities to take their research even further. We've added countless new historical record collections, useful genealogy tools, world-class photo features, and a major enhancement to MyHeritage DNA results. You'll hear firsthand from the people who develop the products and features that help you break through those brick walls and make new discoveries. I invite you to sit back and enjoy.
Hi everyone, my name is Maya and I'm VP Product at MyHeritage. Our mission has always been crystal clear: to make family history meaningful and accessible to all. We do this by developing features which help new and seasoned genealogists alike make amazing discoveries. In the past 12 months, MyHeritage has placed considerable focus on family photos. We released groundbreaking new technologies for historical photos such as MyHeritage in Color and the Photo Enhancer that have been used over 30 million times.
Many cherished family photos are blurry and faded. But with the MyHeritage Photo Enhancer, you can see your photos in all their glory. Blurry faces will come into sharp focus. Features will become clearly defined. Hidden details will emerge. Bring the past to life by colorizing your enhanced photos and see your family history more clearly than ever before. Try it for free on myheritage.com/photo-enhancer.
We're keeping up that momentum in 2021, and I'm happy to announce our latest photo feature, Deep Nostalgia. This exciting new tool lets you animate the faces in your family photos and enables you to see your ancestors like never before. We'll enhance your photo before adding the animation, and you'll be able to select different gestures. Here's a quick peek at what Deep Nostalgia can do. Unbelievable, isn't it? Deep Nostalgia creates a short video animation that will feel like your family history is being reenacted before your eyes. Visit the photo section of your MyHeritage site and select or upload a photo to begin. You'll see beyond the still photos you know and love, and watch as the faces of your ancestors smile, blink, and move using real human gestures. This amazing technology, which we licensed from a company called DID, could transform the way you view your historical photos and enables you to connect to your ancestors in a whole new way. Want to animate your family photos? Go to myheritage.com/deep-nostalgia. It gives me great pleasure to invite Tal Ehrlichman to tell you about some of the incredible photo features we've released in the past year.
Hi, I'm Tal. I'm a Director of Product Management at MyHeritage. Throughout the year, MyHeritage released many advanced photo features to help you see your historical family photos in a new light. As Maya said, our users went wild when we released MyHeritage in Color, which colorizes your black and white photos. They were equally excited a few months later when we released the MyHeritage Photo Enhancer, which brings blurry photos into focus and lets you zoom in on specific faces to see them clearly. We recently announced a major addition to MyHeritage in Color, color restoration. Now, in addition to colorizing black and white photos, MyHeritage can restore the colors in faded photos that were taken in color. This is ideal for photos whose colors faded over the years, or that were originally faded, like all those ones from the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Photos, like memories, can fade as the years go by. But with MyHeritage's color restoration, their authentic colors will be beautifully restored. Faded colors will regain their vibrance. Dull tones and shades will be revived, and your cherished family memories will last forever. Try it for free on myheritage.com/incolor.
Like our colorization technology, color restoration was also licensed from the Oldify. Color restoration both restores and sharpens the genuine colors in the photos, while colorization gives its best guess as to what the original colors were. The results will amaze you. When you upload a photo to your family site, MyHeritage will check whether the photo is black and white or originally taken in color, and will colorize or restore the colors accordingly. Color restoration produces stunning results, and users everywhere have been sharing their beautifully restored photos on social media. What's nice about these advanced photo tools is that you can combine them to achieve optimal results for your photos. For example, you can enhance a photo, restore its colors, and animate it using deep nostalgia. Photos aren't just rich in visual details. Each one has a story. We released the Photo Storyteller for the MyHeritage mobile app, which lets you record the stories behind your family photos, or have your family members share their memories of the photos. With the Photo Storyteller, you'll gain a better understanding of the photo's context. Take a look at how it works.
This picture was taken on April 1st, 1933. My great-uncle, Richard Stern, was standing in the doorway of his bedding store in Cologne, Germany, protesting the boycott of Jewish businesses that had been organized by the Nazi Party just a few months after they took power. Uncle Richard is wearing the Iron Cross he won as a soldier during World War I. It turns out that he was the only Jew in Cologne to protest the boycott, and this picture is now in a number of museums throughout Germany.
To try it yourself, download the MyHeritage mobile app, open the Photos section, and enjoy. At MyHeritage, we love to innovate and add new content so you can take your family history research to the next level. We added over 2 billion historical records in 2020 and continue to add more all the time. Last year, we introduced cross-language record matching, which gives you matches between historical records and family tree profiles in other languages, with the names conveniently spelled out in your preferred language. We've also revamped the search experience and made many improvements so you can easily find the information you're looking for. Speaking of where your ancestors came from, I'm pleased to introduce my colleague Ran to tell you more about our major enhancement to MyHeritage DNA, genetic groups.
Hi, I'm Ran, a Director of Product Management at MyHeritage, and I'm responsible for MyHeritage DNA. 2020 introduced many new challenges, but it also created new opportunities to explore genetic genealogy. Our DNA database grew to 4.7 million kits, which also means many more matches, so you can connect with new family members. We also introduced a wonderful new addition to the MyHeritage DNA ethnicity reports, genetic groups. Genetic groups identify your origins across 2,114 geographic regions and are the product of years of hard work by our team. We released it in late December to bring some added cheer to the holiday season. Genetic groups enable you to look at your ancestral roots from a whole new angle. For example, if you have Scandinavian origins, until now your results will tell you only that you have roots somewhere in Scandinavia. Now, with genetic groups, your results will tell you not only that you're Scandinavian, but which country and possibly which city or town your ancestors came from. The level of detail is amazing. Genetic groups give you a deeper understanding of your origins by pinpointing the specific locations where your ancestors lived. They're based on a huge reference set of 1.7 million DNA kits and the genealogical data associated with them. Our team identified a unique story for each group that includes valuable genealogical insights, such as top places where the group's members have lived, migration patterns from the 17th century until today, common ancestral surnames, common given names, and much more. All of these insights can provide new directions where you can focus your genealogical research.
We are now ready to actually look at how this looks on MyHeritage. So you can access this by logging into your MyHeritage account. From the DNA navigation bar, you can choose Ethnicity Estimated to look at your genetic groups. I'm currently in the Overview tab. And if I'll go to the Ethnicity Estimate, you'll be greeted with a nice pop-up telling you that we've introduced genetic groups. So what can we see here? One thing that some of you may notice is this genetic group's confidence level. And in some of the cases, we see a very strong relationship. We see a lot of genetic indications that you're related to the genetic groups, and sometimes we see less. So here the default is set to medium, and we have 7 out of 15 genetic groups for these users. Let's look at the results. So she has 39% Iberian, and under that we can see that we have 4 different groups in Portugal. Sometimes we can narrow it down to a country level, and sometimes we can say even more. So we were able here to identify 4 different groups in Portugal. Up till now, Jane knew that she's Iberian, and the Iberian Peninsula consists of both Spain and Portugal. So we couldn't differentiate that. But here we see strong indications for Portugal, and we're mentioning that. We give you common surnames. In some cases, as genealogists, you probably all know, surnames are very valuable and gives us a lot of hints and indications to things we want to look at. So these are surnames we were able to gather when we looked at this family tree, and we can see Rodriguez, Ferreira, Fernandez, Gomez, etc. These are the surnames that were most popular in the family trees forming this group. And you can hover to see how many times each one of them appeared in a family tree. We will indicate in how many of the trees this surname came up. We are also giving common given names, and sometimes it's interesting to see that there are more common names than others when it comes to given names. I'll jump for a second to my own personal results. So I'm Ashkenazi Jewish, and let's look at the group that I got, which is Poland, Ukraine, Russia, and Romania, which my ancestors are from there. And if you look at the screen now, then you'll see a nice timeline component at the bottom of the screen. Functionality-wise, it lets you switch the time period. So you can click on a time period, and you can see where these people lived at that point of time and how they moved from one place to another. You can look at it you can look at it one by one. You can jump from one point of time to another. But something really nice is the option to play the timeline animation. When I'm clicking on the play animation, you can see that the bar runs. I'm not touching anything on my screen right now. And I'm looking at how this genetic group, the story that it tells me throughout time, since the beginning, since 1600 till these days, and where Ashkenazi Jews have lived around the world in different periods of time, you can see how the population even slightly moved, or more people moved from different villages or different districts to another, even in that same area. And the timeline animation lets you see that.
We're continuing to fine-tune the groups, and there are more improvements to come down the line. And while we're talking about the future, later this year we plan to roll out improved ethnicity estimates based on totally new technology. That's it for me. Back to you, Aaron.
Thanks, Ran. As you know, we release these tools and features to help you discover your family history and deepen your connection to your family. Every year, MyHeritage users discover new family connections, and many of them reunite in person or now even virtually with long-lost relatives. It gives me great pleasure to share with you some of these amazing stories.
My name is Susanna Boggs, and I live here in Houston, Texas. Between 5 to 12 years old, I used to have a few birthday parties, and there used to be a man that used to come around, and his name was Nano. And he was a family friend.
Mi nombre es Servando de los Santos. Yo y su mamá nos conocimos en el 69, pero ella se vino a vivir al Paso, y ahí fue donde ya ya no nos volvimos a ver.
Then, some years went by, and after I turned 12 years old, I didn't see him anymore. My sister would always say, I think that this man named Nano is your father.
Y ya del 82 ya no la volví yo a ver, pero ella no sabía que era yo su papá, buscando que se hizo el ADN.
As I got older and I became an adult, I started asking questions, and I could never get answers. So I decided to do MyHeritage DNA. So I started getting matches. I started getting like 3rd to 5th cousins, and I was like, that's so distant that it's, I'm not gonna find any answers. And it just happened one day. I was at work and I checked my emails, and it said, you have a message from MyHeritage. And I said, wow, that's weird. And it said, Ruby Morales. And it just said, she is a first cousin once removed, or a second cousin once removed. She could be the daughter of my father's sister. Good morning, Ruby. My name is Susanna Boggs. I grew up in El Paso. I am looking for a man whose nickname was Nano. Ruby responded, and she goes, actually, yeah, I have an uncle, and we all call him Nano.
Me di cuenta porque una sobrina mía se hizo el ADN y fue compatible con el ADN de mi hija Susana. Me encontró ella.
I got it together and I said, oh my gosh, please, please have him call me. I have so many questions for him.
Y inmediatamente me comuniqué con ella para llegar y poner una fecha para conocernos a hoy.
Today, I'm going to see my father for the first time. And he is driving in right now from El Paso, and I am just so excited. All these questions I had all my life about feeling different. It all comes together. Those million questions just were answered for me in one little sentence saying, he is your father. So emotional.
Oh, here we go. Oh, come on, sugar bear.
Gracias por venir a verme. Muchas gracias. Véngase, vámonos para adentro. Mi casa es su casa, ¿eh? You know, I have questions, but it's not important anymore. It's like I know that he's my father, and I just want to spend time, and I want to get to know him.
Y me siento muy contento porque nos han recibido muy bien y espero que de aquí en adelante nos sigamos comunicando.
If 10 years ago someone would have let me know that I would meet my father, I wouldn't even believe it. I wouldn't even think it was a possibility. It's amazing. MyHeritage has really amazed me with DNA and the way they work. It's just amazing.
Storytelling has always been an important part of our family. Today, I live in this home with my husband, Bob, and my dog, Maggie. I signed up for MyHeritage because I wanted to learn about my family history. It was very easy for me to follow the line on my father's side. When I got to my mother's side, I hit a roadblock and was not able to go beyond her mother or father. So that's when I thought, I've got to get there and do some more digging. Using MyHeritage, I went to the Smart Match and found somebody that actually had my grandmother, my mother's mother, in his family tree. So I made a connection with him. He had letters and pictures of my grandmother where she had written these letters to her family. I had absolutely no idea that her mother had a brother and a half-brother. This is my grandmother, Clara, and her brother, Frank, and Walter. I did not know that these people were in her life. Finding relatives I didn't know existed kind of opened up that door I was looking for. From Portland, Oregon, December 7th, 1907, but for all I have a happy home, the dearest husband on earth and the sweetest baby, it does not cause me to love my parents and brothers and childhood home less. To me, that shows the feelings of love that they had as a family. I feel like we can always take things from the past and apply them to our lives today, and anything that we can learn, like this letter about how love was so important. I think with our busy world, we forget to stop and be thankful and love, and she's showing that she does that. The thing about a family tree is it doesn't just stop here, you know, with 8 people. It just branches out amazingly until you've got thousands. And I want to keep on going. I want to dig. And then I want to take this and I want to share it and say, look where we came from. It has opened my eyes to seeing a part of my mother and her mother and the rest of the family, and in ways that I never knew before. So this has been a priceless discovery for me.
Those stories get you every time, don't they? I thought a change of scenery might be nice, and as so many of us are now used to working from home and meeting over Zoom, it's only fitting that I welcome you to my home too. As Ron showed you, there's lots of fascinating information awaiting you when you explore your genetic groups. It's just one of the many advanced features for DNA results that we offer on MyHeritage. So if you've taken a DNA test with another service, you can upload your DNA data to MyHeritage, including ethnicity estimates, autoclusters, theory of family relativity, the chromosome browser, and much more. Let's face it, there's no better place to further your family history research than from the comfort of your own home. MyHeritage offers several ways for you to take your genealogy skills to the next level.
It's super easy to discover your family history, and the MyHeritage knowledge base will show you how. Gain a better understanding of the tools and features available on MyHeritage, whether you're new to family history research or a seasoned genealogist. You'll find how-to videos that will give you step-by-step instructions on different aspects of using MyHeritage. You'll also enjoy access to dozens of webinars covering every facet of MyHeritage and hear from expert speakers in the fields of genealogy and DNA testing. The articles on the site will give you in-depth information about different MyHeritage features, as well as helpful tips to enrich your family history research. If you're new to genealogy, check out some basic resources to get you started. If you're looking to learn about a specific topic, type in the topic in the search field. You can easily filter your search by category, family trees, research, or DNA. The MyHeritage knowledge base is available in 10 languages, and new content is added on a weekly basis, so check back regularly for updates. To learn more, visit education.myheritage.com.
It's me again. Before I go, don't forget to drop by the MyHeritage virtual booth to meet the team, learn firsthand from our experts, and of course, have some fun. Thank you for joining us and for giving us the opportunity to be a part of your family history journey. I invite you to join us for more virtual meetups, including weekly Facebook Lives, webinars, and more. In the meantime, keep safe, keep healthy, and keep discovering.